On the beautiful campus of Rochester Christian University and inside of Garth Pleasant Arena, this is Warriors basketball on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here saying hello everyone and welcome to our broadcast as the Rochester Christian Warriors host the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines. The Warriors come in 14-7 on the year, 9-6 in conference play. We'll dive into their month of January here in just a second, but on the other side, Michigan-Dearborn 5-16 overall, 4-11 in WAC play. And as mentioned, the month of January for the Warriors got off to a good start, picked up a couple wins against Cleary and Siena Heights within the first 7 days of the month of January, but then went loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. The latest was a 71-46 victory last Wednesday against Aquinas on the 28th, just a couple days ago. Tomias Williams had 25 points that day and 12 rebounds. So they'll look to finish out the month strong with a win on their home floor here today. They've been good, as always, at home this season, 9-3. Their record at Garth Pleasant Arena here in 2025-26 have been much better, in fact, in terms of the home and road splits. They've been much better here at home than on the road, 4-4 on the road, and also picked up a neutral site win out in Milwaukee against William Penn at the Pfizer Forum, home of the Milwaukee Bucks. Get to the starting lineups for both teams as they're announced here inside of the arena. Jackson Reynolds, who we'll highlight in just a moment, Logan Hamama, Thomas Dillard IV, Ali Homaid, and Luke Laqueta, the 5 for the Wolverines. And for the Warriors and head coach Clint Pleasant, it'll be Darnell Turner Jr., Tomias Williams, Dustin Farrow, Lyndon Holder, and James Fisher, the first 5 out. Taking a look at Jackson Reynolds for the Wolverines, leads the team by a mile in points per game, almost 25 per game. The next closest to him is Laqueta, who averages 11.5 points per contest. Reynolds also the team leader in minutes played per game at 36 minutes per contest for the junior guard. A guy that has been a walking bucket throughout his career as a Wolverine, now in his junior season. Comes in averaging 17 shots per game, shooting it pretty well, averages just about 8 field goals per game. Just about ready for the opening tip. Warriors in their all gray, Michigan-Dearborn in the maize and blue. Tip is up, we're underway, and the tip is controlled by Dillard IV. Stepping back after thinking about the 3 and filling for 3. Laqueta knocks down an early 3 to get us started. He'll take about 4 threes per contest as Farrow answers back at the Warriors' end. Hamama backs it out on Tomias Williams. Dillard IV in deep, couple hops off the rim for Luke Laqueta, but the shot doesn't fall. Bounce it in to Dillard IV. He'll turn and float up and over Tomias Williams, no good. Williams the rebound, has it kick off his foot. One minute gone by. Warriors and Wolverines. Here's Fisher. Farrow got tangled up at the top of the arc, lost it on the floor, and the lay-in good for Hamama. Crossover by Turner Jr., lost it on the way up. Wolverines get to it. Reynolds gave it up straight away to Laqueta. Comes up well short on his three attempt this time. There has been a good crowd of Wolverines fans here in attendance at Garth Pleasant Arena today. Saw them out early for the women's contest earlier on today. Still the case just off to our right for the men's contest. Floated in for Holder. And then a whistle. Fisher's going to pick up the foul, his first, team's first. Holder trying to catch up defensively, but the shot falls for Hamama. Turner Jr. wants a three and banks it home. Turner Jr. didn't start out the year in the starting lineup for Coach Pleasant, came off the bench and provided this team a really nice spark, and has since, over the past month or so, gotten his chance in that starting five. He'll drive in here, has it knocked away out of play. First one is up and through for Darnell Turner Jr. Kevin Gillenwater comes in for Michigan-Dearborn. Junior out of Taylor, Michigan. Two at the line for Turner Jr. ties us at 7 as we hit 3 minutes in. Off to Reynolds. Guarded by Turner Jr., just trying to bang his way inside, and traveled with it as he tried to pivot to the baseline. Tyler Allen comes in for Dustin Farrow. Turner Jr. for two, off a nice shimmy to get some separation for the shot. Turner Jr. already up to 5 points. Correction, Turner Jr. with 7 points. Live stats just catching up with us. Dustin Farrow has the other two. Float it to Allen over in the corner, bounce it to Fisher. He tried to back his way in on Thomas Dillard IV and lost it. Dillard IV trying to get down to the baseline and does on Fisher. Turning and falling down on the shot was Gillenwater. Tobias Williams will pick up the foul. Jamil Mashur will come in for Fisher. First free throw did not fall for Gillenwater. His second one does find the bottom. That was the first free throws of the game for the Wolverines. Rochester Christian 2 of 2 on their end. Holder steps back behind the screen, fires for three, and it's through. Used a Tobias Williams screen to step back and knocks down the three. 4-point lead for the Warriors. Driving and kicking was Hamama. To the corner for three, that rattles off. Mashur cleans up the board. Foul's going to go on Hamama, his first, team's third. That'll send us to the under 16 media timeout with 14:59 to go in the first half. It's the Warriors by 4 on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Rochester Christian perfect from the floor to begin play. 4 of 4 shooting, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, and have knocked down both of their free throws as well. Wolverines just 3 of 11 shooting to start the game. Warriors being led right now by Turner Jr., 7 points. Holder knocked down a three just a moment ago, gives him 3. Dustin Farrow the other 2. On the other side, Hamama with 4, Laketa with 3. And Gillenwater knocked down one of his 2 free throws. Back to it out of the under 16 media timeout. Warriors with it up by 4. Off to Parker for 3. Just off the front of the rim. Rebound tracked down middle of the paint by Tyler Allen. Reynolds being harassed by Allen defensively. Reynolds hasn't even attempted a shot just yet. Allen just draped all over him. Got a hand in there, knocked the ball free. Still loose on the floor to Hamama with 8 to shoot. He'll drive in, scoop it, and miss it off rim. Chance to push as they get it to Mason Parker. Outside Holder for 3. Pushed it off to the left. Float it down low, extra pass, trying to go across the paint, block to block, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. That was Gillenwater trying to connect with Dillard the fourth on that pass. Baseline inbound, still 18 on the possession. Get it into Reynolds. He'll step back on Allen and draw the foul. That'll be the first on Tyler Allen, team's third. Reynolds will go to the free throw line for the first time today. First one is up and popped out. Just over 6 minutes in, and Jackson Reynolds has not attempted a shot in this game. Mentioned it at the top of our broadcast as he knocks down the second free throw. Averages 17 shot attempts per contest, almost 25 points per game. Warriors have done well here the first couple minutes on him defensively. Mashore is going to go for Fisher here, backs his way in and connects. Warriors basketball, a couple 1,000-point scorers for their careers now as Warriors. James Fisher did so earlier this season at home, and earlier today, have to give a shout out to J.C. Summers on the women's side, picked up her 1,000th points of her career, now sits at 1,003. Allen steps back for three, off the heel, tapped out by Fisher. So again, congratulations to J.C. Summers and the Warriors women picking up the win earlier today. Lay it up for Lyndon Holder, but a whistle and a foul before that. Foul's going to go on Gillenwater, his first, team's fourth. Tyler Allen to the free throw line. First one's good. Ashton Gould will check in after Allen knocked down both of his free throws. So it's Gould, Parker, Holder, Mashore, and Fisher. Wolverines countering with Reynolds, Ali Hassan, Gillenwater, Abuzara, and Laketta. Mason Parker into the front court, gets down to the baseline on Ali Hassan. Really cool to see Hassan out there after a couple of years ago getting to cover him in his high school days at Utica, as hooking and hitting was James Fisher. In fact, Hassan and myself share the same high school, Utica High School. Turnover in the front court for the Warriors. Send it up ahead, lay in goes. Abuzara for two. And kind of similar to what we saw earlier today in the women's game, Warriors with the lead, but Wolverines certainly hanging around early. Coach Ocampo's squad used a big third quarter in that game to pull away eventually, but again, Wolverines just kind of hanging around today inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Farrow outside Gould, straight on three, and going down hard on the rebound was Gillenwater. He looks to be okay, bounces right back up. Foul goes on Farrow, his first, team's fourth. Here is Hassan bringing the ball up. And Ali Hassan knocks down the three, gets it back down to a 4-point game. That was sort of his game as Holder answers back with the two at the other end. That was his game back in high school, more of a three-point shooter. Also drew more than one charge, we'll say, on the defensive end of things back in high school. In fact, if memory serves, actually set a single season program record for drawing charges at Utica. This three for him comes up short. Parker this way for Gould. Still 15 to shoot, 10-15 to go in the first half. Fisher flips it to Holder, then screens for him, float it back to Fisher. Pass tipped and nearly stolen. Sloppy possession there for the Warriors. Wolverines with the basketball, trailing by 6. Reynolds, who's been quiet so far, gets turned back by Farrow. Three is up, and one hop off the rim for Colin Miller. Holder picks up the dribble. Warriors won the previous meeting between these teams as dropping it off to Parker for two was Ashton Gould, actually falling down as he made that pass, still able to get it off clean. Farrow on the run, lays it up and in on another feed from Ashton Gould, pushes the lead out to 10. In that previous matchup between these teams, it was actually the second game of the year for the Warriors after they knocked off Kentucky Christian in the opener. 86-71, Warriors picked up the win back in October against the Wolverines. On that day, James Fisher had a team-high 21 points. Tomias Williams grabbed 11 rebounds. 8.5 to go first half. Reynolds with it. Tyler Allen earlier this half, who's currently on the sideline, but did a really nice job defensively against Reynolds. And now Farrow draws that assignment. Abed Abuzara for two. Holder for three, knocks it down. Warriors needed that after the Wolverines got it back to within 6. That'll send us to another media timeout on the floor with 7:54 to go in the first half. A host of substitutions will come in when we come back for the Warriors. But it's 27-18 Rochester Christian on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. $7:54 to go in the first half. It's the Warriors by 9 after a three-pointer by Holder sent us to a media timeout. Rochester Christian shooting at 62%, from the floor to begin play. 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. On the other side, Michigan-Dearborn, 8 of 23 shooting, 30, we'll call it 35%. Lyndon Holder with that 3 before the timeout, now up to 8 points. Darnell Turner Jr. with 7. On the other side, Hamama and Abuzara with 4 points apiece to lead the Wolverines. Try to bounce it inside, looking for Abuzara, stolen away. Tamias Williams off to Ashton Gould. Darnell Turner Jr. driving, draws a couple blue jerseys onto him. Missed on the shot, rebound was tapped by Mashur, but into the hands of Reynolds. So far just the 1 point for Reynolds. Halfway down, it spins out on him. That was his first shot attempt of the afternoon. Mashur up with it and good. Abuzara crosses over, gets to the middle, and slid his foot as he tried to plant and traveled. Third turnover so far for the Wolverines. Rochester Christian has 5. Darnell Turner Jr. has it. He's out there with Gould, Parker, Farrow. As the ball goes out of play. So it's Turner Jr., Allen, Williams, Mashur, and Gould. Dillard the fourth floats it on the run, missed it, got his own miss, goes back up with it, and this time finds the bottom. Looks like a short rest for Holder. He'll go back over to the scorer's table. 5:40 to go in the first half. Knock it down for Turner Jr. Give him 9 here in the first half. Still plenty of time to play in the half. Hamama stops middle of the baseline. Pass intercepted by Tamias Williams. Tyler Allen forcing the issue up ahead. Warriors didn't have numbers there. Corner pocket 3 is through for Laqueta. His second 3 of the half. He got the scoring started just a couple seconds into our contest. Mashur tied up in the middle, got it outside to Gould. 13 to shoot, lost it on his way up. And a whistle and a foul right around midcourt as Laqueta came away with the basketball. That'll send us to another media timeout on the floor. 4:48 to go in the half. It's the Warriors 31, the Wolverines 23. The foul that sent us to the media timeout with 4:48 to go. Foul was on Mashore, his first, team's fifth. Warriors lead it by 8. Back to it as Hamama brings it up floor. 3 by Laqueta is off the heel. Tracked down over in the far corner by Reynolds. Reynolds trying to shake free of Darnell Turner Jr. Shot doesn't fall, but a whistle and a foul will go on Turner Jr. Turner Jr. was right on the hip of Jackson Reynolds there. Tried to contest the shot and just got a piece of Reynolds. First free throw, spins around and down. Reynolds 0 for 1 so far shooting from the floor, but he's knocked down a couple free throws. He's got 3 points. Flip it all the way across to Holder. Back this way for Tomias Williams, who wants a 3. He got the 3. Williams, more known as a mid-range shooter, as Laqueta knocks down his third. But every once in a while, Williams, when he has an opening like that, not afraid to take it when it's there. Has it now straight away, gets to the free throw line, steps back, and misses short. 6-point game, 3.5 to go in the half. Laqueta with it, has knocked down a couple threes already today. Reynolds just inside the free throw line, does not fall for him. 0 for 2 now shooting to start for him. And then he'll come out to the logo and foul Darnell Turner Jr. trying to go for the basketball. That'll be the first on Reynolds, team's 5th. Neither side in the bonus just yet. Williams trying to back his way in on Dillard the 4th, and does, puts it in for 2. Bounce it good, look inside, and the lay-in good. Ali Homaid for 2. Williams tries again for 3. He missed. Fisher got the rebound and missed. Still battling for the rebound down there, and it's tapped out of bounds, and they'll say Wolverines basketball. Bounce it looking for Reynolds. That pass tipped and out of bounds. Stay at this end with 17 on the possession. Hamama will trigger from the baseline. He's out there with Reynolds, Dillard the 4th, Homaid and Laqueta as the pass on the inbound stolen. Turner Jr. lays it up short and out of bounds, last touched by Michigan-Dearborn. Holder for 2, bangs off the heel. Darnell Turner Jr. and Luke Laqueta, each with a game-high 9 points. Steal and a slam in transition for Tomias Williams. Second basket for Tomias Williams gives him 5. runway clear, and the alley-oop throwdown. Holder to Williams. Thought he might just take it in for the layup, but at the last second took that quick look back and saw Williams trailing him. 10-point lead for the Warriors. Minute 28 to go in the half. Nick Hurley and Abed Abuzara come in for the Wolverines. Baseline inbound for the Wolverines, just off the corner. Abuzara will toss in. Got it back from Hurley. Those two just checked in. Abuzara lost it on the way up, regathered and scores. Turner Jr. posts it up for Fisher. Skips it outside. Holder lines up another three. Holder's knocked down a couple threes already this half. Possession will stay at this end with the Warriors. 8 points, 2 assists for Holder so far. Final minute first half. Has it here. Screened by Williams. Got it at the free throw line. Tried to bounce it for Fisher. Abuzara gets a screen from Dillard the fourth. Nearly banked home a three-pointer. Floater by Hurley, no. And now about a 5-second difference between clocks for the Warriors. Can't take it all the way down. So if the Wolverines can get a stop, should have a few seconds left. But Holder will hang on to it, try to take it down as far as they can get with 8 to shoot, 13 to go in the half. Now 3 to shoot. Holder has to go up with it and does. He catches rim. Outside, Tomias Williams has to put it up, and he almost banked it in. That'll do it somewhat chaotically for our first half of play. Warriors will take the 40-32 lead into the halftime locker room. Some stats from that first 20 minutes before we send you to the half. Luke Laquetta and Darnell Turner Jr. led the way for their respective teams with 9 points apiece. Laquetta 3 of 7 from beyond the arc that first half. Tomias Williams, after a couple dunks in transition, one of those an alley-oop feed off glass by Lyndon Holder. He finishes the half with 9 points and 3 rebounds. Holder just behind him, 8 points and 3 assists. As the Warriors shoot at 48% from the floor in the first half and were perfect 4 of 4 at the free throw line. We'll send you to the half. Our score after 20 minutes of play, the Warriors 40, the Wolverines 32 on the Rochester Christian Sports Network.
spinning these, my kids. I'm sending your dick like the beans. She my pink slip, no rent. I don't want you gonna do nothing if I gotta be the one tell you to spin. Tell me for nothing and I gotta be the one calling them friend. Drop top Rolls Royce, I don't know that kind. I don't know the name of it. Just last night and this morning, but I don't know the name of it. She told us, Tim, don't know about him and this is the fame of it. We want the same mud, I like the green, like the same mud.
Welcome back on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here with you inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. 40-32 was our halftime score. Darnell Turner Jr. 9 points in that first half. Tobias Williams 9 points as well. Lyndon Holder with 8. On the other side, Luke Laqueta 9 points. Abed Abuzara with 6. Warriors shot at just over 48% in the first half. Wolverines right around 35%. Warriors were +5 as well in rebounding that first half, 21-16. Darnell Turner Jr. has it off to Tobias Williams. Hesitates, goes up, and they say traveled with it. Here's Reynolds, guarded by Turner Jr. Warriors did well against Reynolds defensively in that first half. Just 3 points for him. Splash it down, though. Laqueta again for 3. His 4th of the day. He's in double figures now with 12. $15 on the possession for the Warriors. Straight away, Tobias Williams for 3. Spins it out. Already 1 minute down in our second half. Williams reverses it with Farrow. 8 to shoot. Farrow spirals inside and misses. Farrow 4 points, 2 rebounds so far today. Lay it up and in for Laqueta, but a whistle and a foul before that. Third foul on Ali Hamayed. Team's first of the second half. Floated and got it for Holder. Needed some help from the rim there, but one hopping down for him. So Holder now in double figures with 10. 4 of 8 shooting from the floor. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Williams to Fisher. Outside Farrow launches for 3. Got the 3. Give the assist to Fisher there on the 5th 3 of the day for the Warriors. They're 5 of 14 from out there. Lay-in was good by Homaid. Turner Jr. down behind the play, so it's a 5-on-4 for the Wolverines, and a kick ball will keep it at this end. Inbound goes topside. Reynolds for 3. There it is. you weren't going to keep him quiet all day. His first field goal of the day. He's got 6 points. Also has 5 rebounds and a couple assists as well. Turner Jr. lays it in on the other end. Reverse it and score it, as the pace has now turned up a notch in the last minute or so. Ball stolen away into the hands of Laqueta. Five-point game. Wolverines with the basketball. Hamama turns back on Williams. Outside, Laqueta got his man in the air. Now 8 to shoot as they get it to Reynolds. Quickly inside for Dillard the fourth, who floats it over Fisher. Wolverines had 32 points at the break. They've already put up 12 in the first few minutes of our second half. As again, the pace has kind of picked up a bit here to start our second half. Substitution as Gillenwater comes back in. Lay-in falls for Tyler Allen off the inbound. Gillenwater drives, lays it up and lays it in. Tomias Williams tried to get to it at the rim. And then Mashore, going for that rebound, alertly throws it off the Wolverines out of bounds. Holder has it, driving, high off glass. Rebound Williams, lost it on the way up, felt like he was fouled there, no call. Abuzara had it blocked right back in his face, but fouled it up and filled it up. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. After the Warriors led by 8 at the half. Holder drops it in for 2. He continues his solid afternoon. 12 points on 5 of 10 shooting. Also 4 assists as well. Laqueta at the other end, a solid outing for him as well. Gets the lay-in. He's got 14. Holder wants a 3. Mashore almost got a hand on that rebound. Instead, it's away to Dillard the fourth. Wolverines can take the lead on this possession. Gillenwater rises, rainbows up and over the rim. He went down on the shot. 3-on-3 the other way, attacking and scoring is Tyler Allen. Here's Reynolds working on Darnell Turner Jr. Reynolds 6 points, just 1 of 3 shooting, 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Laqueta for three, and we're tied. He's hurt the Warriors out there today, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc, 6 of 12 overall as Williams charges in, lays it up. It spins around and off. Drop it off to Reynolds in transition. To Laqueta, up fake, steps back into a three, knocks that one down, and the Wolverines have the lead. Back-to-back threes. 12:25 to go. Williams driving, lost the handle, and a whistle and a foul on the drive. That'll send us to a timeout on the floor. 56-53 Wolverines will step aside on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Wolverines have been hot here in the second half, outscoring Rochester Christian 24-13. Laqueta back-to-back threes sent us to a timeout on the floor, 12:23 to go. It'll be Warriors basketball out of the timeout. Holder this way for Gould. They're out there with Fisher, Mashore, and Parker. Gould for three, off the front of the rim, one hop rebound to Laqueta. Step back three for Reynolds, bangs off the iron. Holder trying to go end to end, missed on the shot. Pass tipped and stolen by Fisher. Drop it off to Mason Parker for three. Reynolds will walk it up the floor, try to slow things down here a bit. A hectic pace here in the second half. Still 11:20 to go. Laqueta thought about it, passed it out. Couple Warriors getting ready to check in at the next whistle. 7 to shoot. Dillard the fourth lays it in. Mashore tries to back his way to the baseline, gets caught up there by a couple defenders, drops it off to Gould. Acrobatic finish for Ashton Gould. Laqueta drives on Mashore, dropped it off and up and in. Homaid on the finish. Holder to Gould, corner three. Deflected off from our angle, looked like deflected off the backboard first on its way down. 10 minutes down, 10 to go here in the second half. 5-point game, Wolverines the basketball. Shot was deflected, it appears, by Gould. Mashur wants the three, got the three. And a timeout will be called, 9:46 to go. The Warriors needed that from Mashur. Gets it down to a 2-point differential. We'll step aside for the timeout on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Welcome back on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. 9:46 to go in the game. It's the Wolverines by 2 after they trailed by 8 at the half. Outscoring the Warriors 28-18 here in the second half. It's Reynolds, Abuzara, Dillard the fourth, Homaid, Laketa and Miller, the 5. Count the basket and 1. Foul's going to go on Holder, his first and team's first of our second half. Clock stops with 9:30 to go, 62-58, and they'll head over to the scorer's table, take a look at that last play. We'll step aside while they do that on your home for Warriors basketball. So Jackson Reynolds gets the basket. He has 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists on just 2 of 5 shooting. He'll go to the free throw line after the foul by Lyndon Holder. Free throw is up and through. Pushes their lead back out to 5. Parker with it, still 15 on the possession. Warriors came into this one 9-6 in conference play. Wolverines 4-11. Warriors won the previous matchup early on this season. 3 is short by Faro. Reynolds pulls up for three. It spins out. Rebound to Farrow. Scooping it and scoring goes Williams. Williams now in double figures with 11. He joins Holder, who has 12, and Darnell Turner Jr., who has 11, as the Warriors in double figures. Reynolds knocks down another bucket as Williams tries to get one back at the other end. And for Reynolds, into double figures now with 11. Williams at the free throw line. First one's up and through. Still 8:12 to go. One more free throw at the line for Williams. Got both. Abuzara outside. Laqueta thought about the three. Tomias Williams on the closeout. Off to Dillard the fourth. Get it back outside to Laqueta. He'll walk in on Fisher. Throw it up. No. Fisher the rebound. Holder forcing it and fills it. Back to a 1-point game, 7.5 to go. Laqueta a couple times on that last possession had some looks for three. He's 6 of 10 from out there today, but just didn't take either look. Warriors the basketball, a chance to take the lead back, float it inside, and score it. Turner Jr. gives the Warriors back the lead and will step to the line for one more. Free throws up and good. Warriors a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line today. Two-point game. Reynolds charges in and scores over Turner Jr., and we're tied at 67. Warriors won back in late October in this matchup by 15. Michigan-Dearborn, as knocking it down is Tyler Allen. Wolverines doing a much better job this time around. Seemingly going score for score now with the Warriors. Laqueta has Fisher on him here. Little give and go with him and Dillard the fourth. Pass going far corner though, gets taken away. Spinning, laying it up and in. Darnell Turner Jr. Warriors lead is 4. Warriors will be right back here a couple days from now on Wednesday, February 4th, taking on Lords. We'll have that for you at 7:30 Eastern on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Then they'll go back on the road for a couple games, turning, shooting, and off the side of the rim for Laqueta. Warriors will be at Cornerstone on the 7th and at Siena Heights on the 11th before coming back here on Valentine's Day against Cleary. That'll be a 3 o'clock game against the Cougars. But we've got 5:39 to go in this one. It's 71-67 Warriors in a back and forth second half will stick with it here inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Both sides have turned it over 11 times so far today. Warriors +3 in total rebounding. Luke Laquetta, 20 points. Jackson Reynolds has 13 to lead the Wolverines. On the other side, 3 players in double figures for Rochester Christian. Darnell Turner Jr. with 16, Lyndon Holder 14, and Tomias Williams 13. Tyler Allen would be the next one in double figures with 8. Dustin Farrow just behind him with 7. Williams for 3, got the 3 out of the timeout. His second 3 of the day, and it's a 7-point game, 5:15 to go. Abuzara pocket picked, up ahead, Darnell Turner Jr. one-on-one with Jackson Reynolds and got fouled. That'll be the second on Reynolds, team 6. First one's up and off the heel. A couple subs for the Wolverines, including Hamama and Gillenwater. Nick Hurley, the other sub. One more at the line for Turner Jr. Try to build on this 7-point lead. And nothing good at the line for him this time around. Those are the first 2 misses at the line today for the Warriors. They started 7 of 7 before that trip. Turner Jr., though, has had some solid scoring games over these last few. Had 20 points, a team high, in their loss last Saturday against Indiana Tech. Jackson Reynolds triples, and it's back down to a 4-point game. Floated down to the baseline for Fisher. Pass to the corner, intercepted by Hamama. Miller drops it off Gillenwater, dropped it off the rim. Walking the baseline as Miller had it poked loose, and a whistle and a foul called on Tomias Williams. That'll be his second and team's second. 4:01 to go. It's the Warriors by 4 on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Things have certainly tightened up here in the second half. Warriors led at the half by 8. But as it currently stands, Warriors shooting at 50% from the floor in this game, 30 of 60. Michigan-Dearborn just behind them, 28 of 59. Wolverines are 9 of 18 from three-point range. Warriors 7 of 21 from beyond the arc. It'll be Wolverines basketball trailing by 4 out of the timeout. Hamama bounces it back outside Laqueta. 8 to shoot. Off to Reynolds. Has Fisher on him. Launches for 3. That's off the rim. Holder to Allen. Fisher's going to come to screen for him. Allen just above the free throw line knocks it down. Allen into double figures with 10 plus 4 rebounds. He's the 4th Warrior in double figures today. Bounce it to Reynolds. Sidesteps Tomias Williams, but missed on the shot. Throw it up ahead, and running the floor for the flush is James Fisher. Timeout on the floor, 2:48 to go. The Warriors' lead is back out to 8. And we'll step aside once more from Garth Pleasant Arena on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. The timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout called by the Warriors. They'll have 1 remaining as they have the 8-point lead, 2:48 to go. Hamama hands it off to Laqueta. Now Hamama steps back behind a screen, draws Holder onto him defensively. Lay-in doesn't go for Dillard the 4th. Pass up ahead looking for Fisher is intercepted by Laqueta. Now Reynolds drops it off and the lay-in's good. Hamayat on the lay-in on the assist by Reynolds. Off a steal, trying to stretch it up the floor looking for Fisher. 6-point game, 2:16 to go. We'll stay here with it. Take a look ahead at what's to come in the month of February to round out the regular season for the Warriors. Already mentioned the first couple of games, Lords, and then out on the road against Cornerstone and Siena Heights. They'll come back here on the 14th against Cleary, and then follow that up on Wednesday the 18th with Lawrence Tech, before going out on the road for the regular season finale on the 21st of February against Madonna. So it'll be 3 at home and 3 on the road to finish this thing out in the regular season. Up the floor to Tomias Williams. He'll slow it down now, try to work some clock. On the possession, 1:55 to go in the game. Fisher screens for Holder. He'll drive all the way in, float it up, no. Fisher the rebound, didn't hit rim, and he knocks it down. With 1 to shoot, Coach Pleasant was screaming to shoot it as that shot by Holder never touched rim. and Fisher confidently just turned and knocked it down as Reynolds responds at the other end with a three. Warriors looking for the regular season sweep of the Wolverines. Get it to Turner Jr. 18 on the possession, a minute 15 to go in the game. Warriors will try to take a few more seconds off here. Allen gets downhill in a hurry, missed on the shot. Final minute of regulation. Wolverines can make it a one-possession game here. Dillard the fourth gets it back to Reynolds. Reynolds for three, got it! Back-to-back threes for Jackson Reynolds. It's a two-point game. If the Wolverines can get a stop here, they'll have, at the worst, 15 seconds to play with. 13 on the shot clock, 27 to go in the game. Holder splits a double, outside Allen for three. Rebound tapped by Williams, and they'll let it go out with 17.6 to go. It'll be Wolverines basketball with a chance to tie or take the lead. So we're going to get a review here on that ball out of bounds. As it stands, it's Wolverines basketball with 17.6 seconds to go, but I believe Coach Pleasant has asked them to take a look at this. So we'll step aside for a quick break while they do that. 17.6 seconds to go. It's the Warriors by 2 on your home for Warriors basketball. They do say it is Wolverines basketball, as was the case before the review, so no change there. 17.6 seconds to go, and the Wolverines can tie or take the lead on this possession. Warriors are out of timeouts now. Wolverines still have one left in their pocket. Have to believe that they'll try to get it to either Jackson Reynolds, who now has 22, or Laquetta, who has 20. Reynolds has the hot hand right now. He's knocked down a couple threes of late. Hamama has it, finally gets it to Reynolds with 6 to go. Driving on Fisher, gets all the way to the baseline, reverses, has it blocked by Tomias Williams with 1 second to go. And the Wolverines will use their timeout. Head coach Mo Bazzi in his first season will utilize that final timeout. We'll stick with it here inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Fisher was one-on-one with Jackson Reynolds there. Tomias Williams, as he got to the baseline, came over to help. Tried to reverse it, and Tomias Williams got a hand on it to knock it away. So the Wolverines are left with just 1 second. A 2 to tie, a 3 to win. And again, they do have some three-point shooters out there. Reynolds 4 of 7 from three-point range today. Laquetta 6 of 10 from beyond the arc. But of course, don't need a three in this scenario. Could always just throw something up towards the rim and hope for a tip in. see what they drew up in this timeout. So both sides out of timeouts, but only 1 second to go. Baseline inbound, just off to the right of the basket. Inbound will come from Hamama. They do put 1/10 of a second back on, so 1.1 to go. Believe that's what the holdup was for there, making sure they had the clock where they wanted it. But it'll be Hamama now from over in the corner. They move him over more towards the corner. Fisher stands in front of him. Got it in. Reynolds at the buzzer. It's off. And the game is over. The Warriors will survive 80-78, but Jackson Reynolds had a look at the buzzer. He'll finish with 22. The Warriors will improve to 9-6 in WAC play. 10-6 in WAC play, 15-7 overall. Some final stats in this one before we sign off. Darnell Turner Jr., 16 points. Tobias Williams, 16. Also had 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Lyndon Holder finishes with 14 points and 5 assists. Tyler Allen was the other Warrior in double figures with 10 plus 4 rebounds in the win. And as mentioned, Jackson Reynolds finishes with 22 points and missed on the game-winning look from 3. Luke Laquetta, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists in the loss for the Wolverines. So for SID, Andrew Ripke, my name's Stephen McDonald saying so long from Garth Pleasant Arena, where your final score one final time is the Warriors 80 and the Wolverines 78. This has been a presentation of the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Good night, everyone.